Welcome back to We Know Texas Vino, the podcast where we celebrate the people, the places, and the passions behind Texas wine. I am Will.
And I'm Becca. Today we're headed to East Texas to visit with two people who are helping shape the future of Texas wine. Joining us today are Sydney and Mason from Rio Neches Estate Winery. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah, I've been excited about coming out here. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. I'm not going to name names, Ron, Glenda, and Hutch, that have been saying that y'all's stuff is amazing. And we've been trying to plan because I know you're not open very often right now. And I know you're working to be more consistent on opening, which is a good thing. So we've been wanting to come out here, and we've already drank one of your wines, which if you go ahead and tell us what we're drinking right now.
Yeah. You want to go ahead, Sydney?
Yeah, so this is our dry, semi-dry Blanc de Bois that we're drinking right now. Perfect for today because it's a little hot.
Yes.
So it's refreshing for our podcast right now.
Yes.
You know, I love that melon taste. I get a lot of that. Is it kind of like a honeydewy melon?
That's exactly
Yeah,
what
I was going to say, that's what I would say.
to me, it's like honeysuckle and honeydew just
yeah.
mixed together.
Yeah.
But it's still got that citrus backbone to
That's
make
exactly
it
what I was going to say.
I mean, it's good. It's like refreshing on the nose and still refreshing on the palate because of the citrus. But
Right.
Sydney tells me you don't want to so much.
Sometimes I pull out fruits. I'm like, I have never had that fruit in my life. How would I know what that tastes like?
So, tell me the last time you had a gooseberry, and then I'll let you say it from now on. Or
Oh,
I'll say silly things like that, and she'll be like, "If you can tell me the last time you found one, keep using it."
Well, I don't think I've ever had a gooseberry.
I'll tell you what it looks
No.
like, what it tastes like.
I've had
Before we break out the
goosebumps.
Google machine.
I feel silly. I tried to plant a gooseberry so I could do that, and it didn't live. But I'm gonna try again at some point.
Yeah.
Well,
Whenever you do, let us know.
yeah, we'll come out here and do it.
Exactly.
Christy at Lonesome Vine, she brings out these oil smell kits.
Yes.
And every time she pulls it out and I smell it, and I was like, oh, this smells like XYZ. And I'll hand it back to her. She goes, nope, you're not even right. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think one time I actually got rose right.
Mhm.
That was the only one I got right. Everything else, chocolate, I got wrong. How do you get chocolate wrong?
We have one, and
Yeah.
it's hard. The only
Yeah.
one I ever got right was butter. And that's what I'm so sad.
Yeah, it's because she hates it so much. Not 'cause she likes it.
I don't really like
How do
it.
you hate butter?
Huh?
How do you hate butter?
No, she does.
Like in the wine.
Oh, see, I'm the
So
same way.
when
Yeah.
I smelled it, I was like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
Butter
She's like, I'll
Like, I
drink
know
one of the
what that is.
Chardonnays. We had a whole fight on, are we going to make a Chardonnay? And it's just so polarizing nowadays.
Yes, and I'm
Yes.
dating him and starting to go onto this wine journey. I have learned that my Chardonnays, I like them aged in a stainless steel barrel. I don't like them too oaky. I don't like them too buttery.
You like them clean. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to drink butter.
Yep.
Love butter, but I don't want to drink
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
fine.
it's funny. Well, our first question here is let's talk about how did y'all get into this? What made y'all decide y'all want to open a winery up?
what a dangerous and phenomenal question.
That's a very popular question. We get it all the time, especially because we're so young. We're like,
Uh-huh.
what's going on?
Wait a minute, how old are
did this
y'all?
happen?
So I'm 28.
And I'm 26.
Y'all are doing
So
the
much
dang thing.
experience. Just right for
So much
Doing
wisdom
it.
Man.
and knowledge and our
Go away something.
That's
here.
not
I
sweat.
love
That's
that.
just experience coming off of me.
Wisdom seeping out of my pores.
To even further complicate that idea, I've wanted to have a vineyard and winery of my own
Okay.
since I was probably like 16.
Okay, that's fair.
We went on a winery tour in
Mhm.
Tuscany.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, obviously I can't drink at that age, but I loved like the science and the art behind it, like doing the tour and everything. I was like, ooh, that's cool. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. So I've been kind of prepping myself to do this. I was thinking more like a retirement thing.
Right.
At the age of 50,
How's that working
but-
for you now?
Yeah, we just fast tracked like 25 years.
Okay.
That'd be great because the opportunity presented itself. So I've just been kind of preparing myself, honestly, to do that at some point in my life. And so
Yeah.
that's kind of where this all started. Mason was like, oh, yeah, that sounds fun. He got into it also. He can tell you a little more about.
Sounds like he's into science as well. So
I am. I have a science background.
Yeah, so he has like very sciencey lab background. And
Okay.
I had the dream to do it. So it
Right.
kind of worked out nicely, actually.
And the thing I'll add, and I'll let you go on about A&M, but this Sydney has, I call it the front of house skills that I don't, because that's really, I would have never thought to do this myself
Uh-huh.
because I never thought I could get along with the TABC and things like that.
There's a lot of people like that.
Someone has to hold my hand when I file my taxes every year. So it's really Sydney leading that side of it. I don't know what you want to call it. I call it the bureaucratic, which is the rough way to put it. The logistics side that has made this even a possibility. And thankfully, she got a lot of that education at A&M trying to make this.
In preparation to open my own winery.
Okay.
I did get a minor in entrepreneurship. And then I did the A&M's enology program, which is like winemaking. So I did those as like a little side project with my degree to hopefully do this. Like that kind of business logistical background.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Like I have always been a wine nerd and I really got into it late in life, but part of her entrepreneurship at A&M, she wrote like this 350-page capstone business plan actually to build a winery where we used to live, maybe 2 miles away as the crow flies. And that's the thing. I knew about wine. I didn't know about making wine and staying afloat making wine. Right. And so it's looking at that game plan and figuring out how she thought about it that's even made this really get off the ground. Like, this ranch opened up, I guess, about 2 years ago for sale. And it was only through Sydney's preparation that we could hop on that opportunity. You know, if someone had brought that to me, I'd be like, oh, that's a different thing. I'll make it in a bucket. I don't know about having 140 barrels and having a full-blown facility. So thankfully, her prep at A&M has led to a lot of being a reality versus a retirement dream.
The only reason we would have even considered this is because we had the background, so they're like, kind of know what I'm doing. A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. I know a little bit of what we're doing. So I don't think we'll drown.
And literally, the practice makes perfect.
For sure.
Or reality, I guess.
So, what are your day jobs then?
Mine is here. So I work at the ranch full time. I mean, I do the winery and the vineyard, and the vineyard is truly my love. I love being a farmhand, but then also I help run the ranch. So we do about 52 head of Brangus cattle, and we're trying to grow that. And then we also do about 700 acres of coastal Bermuda hay. So it's a fully operational ranch. And I do my best to put out fires as they come, whether it be the screwworm coming up from Mexico.
Oh my gosh,
the logistics with the rain and the hay, or whether that be there's another spring frost, shocker, that's trying to wipe out all the fruit and vines this year. So that's what I do full time. I let Sydney go.
I'm a full-time physical therapist when I'm not.
Wow.
So
if you need me, I'm either at the clinic or I am here.
We'll talk afterwards. I've been having issues.
I got you. Pro bono. I got you. We can do this. We can down our break. We can make it.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Make a stretch.
Oh yeah. So you went to Tuscany. You saw the vineyards, you saw the winemaking process, you fell in love with it. How did y'all end up meeting each other?
Well, out of the womb, I guess.
Whoa.
Oh, did you not? Oh,
I was like,
I told you they were brother and sister.
yes, we're brothers.
I told you.
No, but don't worry. You're not the first person.
No,
you know
you're
how many people said, how long have you been there with your wife? You're not the first person.
For whatever reason.
On the tour, he was like, oh, my sister. And I was like, oh. And then I have to ask that.
Literally, it's a 50-50 shot.
No,
People are like, so when did you and your wife move out
We
there?
need to put it more clearly somewhere because people ask all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, by the way,
Too.
and if we're being honest, the dynamic we present probably doesn't help because she's my younger sister. You'll never know that from meeting us. So we probably don't give off the best light.
Well, I mean,
there's a little bit like,
you talked about you went to A&M and you're like over here doing the science stuff and y'all found this ranch here. And I'm like, oh, they're starting a good life together. Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
sibling?
yes, that's not wrong. It's in a different tone, but you're not wrong.
No, you are not.
Wow, man, I feel about this fall, folks.
Take a drink.
Yeah.
Take a drink. You need it now.
Reset.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So we are at Rio Neches with a brother and sister that's doing this winery, folks.
Family operation.
Family operation, yes.
So to answer your question, I guess about 28 years ago.
Okay.
So I guess 26 years we've known each other. It's been a while. It's been a while. I mean, it's been a long journey together. Lots of fights, lots of ups and downs.
Gosh. Holy cow. Ooh.
Okay,
almost
so
wanna say
then
something.
how is it working with your sibling
Yes,
almost 24/7?
You want to start with the positive or?
It's probably about how you expect. I'll put it that way. It has its pros and its cons.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sydney does a very good job. The thing I worry about is, so I'm probably the dreamer of us two. It's usually like I have
can
the
tell
crazy
that.
ideas, and then she's like, how about we stay out of the red?
Honestly, it works out because he is
Yes.
more of the dreamer, and I'm like, okay, great. Let's come back down. Let's come to a realistic
That sounds so
level.
familiar. I always tell him, go touch some grass, come back down to earth.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
But then it meets in the middle, and then it works out nicely. So it's not like
Exactly.
mine, super negative side or his, like, we're reaching for the star side. It's like, okay, an actual realistic level of we can attain that.
Right.
Yeah. So it works out nicely, but it does
Honestly,
cost-
I think it plays really well, and we have what's the word? Counter skill sets that really pair well.
yeah.
Just getting on our feet has been the biggest thing. I wouldn't even put it down to a brother-sister relationship. It's just, we're just trying to get this place off the ground, get a big facelift because, we took over for Pellegrino, the former winery. And so really, I think we're going to hit our full stride. I'll make up the number, be optimistic in 2 years, and that'll really come out, especially I'm hoping in the winemaking.
Yeah.
When we feel a little more settled in what we're trying to do,
Uh-huh.
we actually make that happen.
Yeah.
Well, the bottles that I've tasted already are phenomenal.
Yes.
Y'all, you're doing a phenomenal job. And 2 years, you say that. I've heard a lot of wineries who just open up and like, oh, we're never going to expand again. This is as big as we're going to get. And they've expanded multiple times.
Yeah.
And then they've decided we're not expanding anymore. And guess what they did? I don't want any names, Lonesome Vine and Christian Andrew. Literally, kid you not. The first year they opened, they said, we're never going to get any bigger than this. They've been open for 4 years now. They've expanded 5 times. So you think 2 years is going to be when you're hitting your stride? It's going to be, before you know it, it's going to hit. And you're going to be like, holy crap, it's only been 6 months.
Yeah.
I kid you not. That's when people find places like hidden gems like this. They will tell somebody else, and they will tell somebody else. And then the next thing you know, you've got people lining up coming out here. And next thing you know, you got a wine club membership. And the next thing you know, you're trying to figure out, okay.
Doing this stuff also helps a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, even just the short bit we've been open, I've been very surprised at how quickly we've gained recognition, how supportive people have been. So I believe you, because even just in this little bit, I'm like, oh, we are moving. We are moving fast.
Yeah.
And
it's shocking the support we received, because really we both were actually a little worried. We try to be the hidden gem out here. I mean, we're not too far from Tyler downtown, but it's not.
right.
We're in the country.
Right.
And so we were always like, man, it's going to take at least a year for anyone to figure out we're out here in the sticks.
Nope.
And some of your biggest fans over
I was like,
here.
it took maybe a week.
Every time that they come over to our house, they always bring a bottle of y'all's wines. And so even though we're just drinking this today, we've had, I think, every single one of your wines.
And then Ron Martin has just.
God love Ron Martin.
He's really pushing for that paid sponsorship. I don't know what he meant.
Our biggest cheerleader, cannot thank him enough.
Yeah.
Ron, thank you if you're listening. Thank you.
Comes out sick or good health. I mean,
Oh
Jesus.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Yep. He has told me many times that I've got to come out here. And so when we finally were able to connect with y'all and come out here, I'm really excited about this, because now I get to see what everybody else is saying about y'all. And so far, just seeing the production facility, I'm amazed at what you've done. Absolutely phenomenally amazed by it. I see what you got coming up. I'm really excited about that. And then drinking what we got right here, this Blanc de Bois. I love a good Blanc de Bois. In fact, you want to hear a funny story about my first experience with Blanc de Bois? So it was at Mother's Day weekend at Terroir Winery.
Yes.
And I had just started getting into wine. And I always have my water on my right and my wine on my left, just to make sure everything's fine. So they were serving water in wine glasses also. And they set this Blanc de Bois, which I've never had before, on the right side. And it was so crystal clear that I thought it was water. And I reached over there and drank it. And I'm like, holy crap, this is really good water. What kind of water is
We
this?
put all this lemon in my water. It's refreshing.
And they told me that was Blanc de Bois. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then that made me go down a journey of drinking more Blanc de Bois. And I find that, man, Blanc de Bois is a very versatile grape.
It really is.
You can have it as a dessert wine. You can have it as a good dry wine. You can have it a good citric wine. Sorry, I do citrics.
No, but you're right.
It also makes a great sparkling wine. Just saying,
it's a great I call it like a Play-Doh for the winemaker, which is not every great plays to that, but no, it's really true. And the other thing I probably don't need to say for this podcast, people always don't know how popular it is in Texas. It's the 5th most planted grape in Texas.
And it's the number one exported grape from Texas, too.
Yes. And even for most Texas drinkers, you might say that and they'd be like, well, what is that? Which just let me write that down and Google it real quick.
Yeah.
So
kind of like the gooseberries.
Right, exactly.
So you go to Tuscany, you come back, you tell him that, hey, I want to do a vineyard and a winery. And he's like, okay, let's do this. So what was y'all's first step? Was you already making wine already?
No. So, Sydney has been practicing for a while. I am very fresh into this. Let's see. So we've been open 8 months now. So I have about 8 months of experience doing this.
So 8 months making wine.
Well, I guess technically a year, but I'm brand new. So the story on my end is Sydney's been prepping forever. When I left high school, I got my undergraduate degree at Cornell up in the Finger Lakes region and I studied biomedical engineering. So I didn't do a single wine class, couldn't spell wine if you spotted me the W and the E. And then I spent 4 years in Boston working on my doctorate degree, researching immunology. So 0 wine background, heavy science, but 0 wine background. And about the time I was going into grad school, I got deep into wine. I had always loved it, but that's when I started getting into the science, the nuance, how region plays a part, how winemaking plays a part. And so the passion was there. There was 0 wisdom seeping out of my pores at that point, but the passion was there to do it. And then this opportunity came up and I had been ready to come home. I knew I didn't want to do much with my doctoral degree and how it had presented itself.
Yeah.
And so when we had this opportunity and Sydney had already done the prep, I was like, let's go, like say less, my bags are packed. So all that to say, I have a science background, but for winemaking and running a winery, we're talking less than 2 years.
So you have no formal education on wine.
Besides growing up, being around farming and raising cattle and having a garden, no formal wine training. Now I do. I've taken some certificate classes, but I consume knowledge like a psycho. I don't know how else to say.
One thing about Mason, it worked out well because his background is research.
Yes.
He will research.
No,
he has research.
Y'all have a lot of things in common.
Yeah.
I aggressively learn.
I fear this. I fear y'all will be
We were talking about separating y'all earlier.
I don't know if I can let you hang out outside of this, but I'm so glad you're here.
That's the only way I can think to phrase it. I learn aggressively, and I also have that little bit of that ADHD twitch. Like when I have my bone. Oh God. I know you couldn't tell. I play it off really.
Oh yeah, same here.
But when I get that bone in my mouth, I don't let it go. So
yeah. So for what it's worth, he's done the research.
This is going to be you in a few years.
No, on the
ball beard.
Well, the funny part is, it's like that's how I am, and I'm even less like that with the wine side. On the vineyard side, that's where I'm full blown. I memorized that. I probably should have said, I was on a call yesterday with the California government, like a state representative, just talking about wasps. That's all we talked about for like an hour was parasitic wasps and just how that goes into the vineyard. Like I can get deep, I can get weird, and I can get heavy.
I know I can geek out on some things, but wasp, I'm gonna have to question that thing.
Oh, you can quit. I got an hour's worth of material. Go for it.
Sometimes good to let these things ride out.
Yes,
I find that as well.
So again, it's things like this where I can understand how you thought husband and wife, where she's like, "It's okay, honey, you don't need to talk about wasps for an hour."
But it's
sit there, look pretty.
Smile away.
I always talk about that terroir in the vineyards. It's always based on everything that's around. I even joke around and actually say it's even when the bug flies by and farts on the grape that actually affects the grape. And so talking about the wasp and how it comes into the vineyard, it does affect everything. And that's why a lot of vineyards have bees.
Yes.
Even though the bees don't pollinate the grapes, because the Vitis vinifera grape is asexual.
Yes.
And so a lot of people think that, you got to have bugs to pollinate. No, you don't.
Yeah, you actually don't want the bugs.
Yeah.
You're right. We have a healthy bee population out here. East Texas does too. That's why you see so many meaderies. Is that the word? Meaderies popping up.
which I haven't. I'm surprised you haven't even started doing that yet.
No,
Don't.
Oh, he's saying it because he just started. He just made his first batch. Yes, he just made his first.
And the show's over, folks.
We're done.
Well,
He did.
oh my gosh.
And he was poo-pooing mead. Then he met this Becca over here,
Mm-hmm.
and she likes mead. So guess what? Now he's making mead.
Yeah.
Well, and when I was taking the class on meads, I didn't realize the honey that we eat. I didn't know this is bee vomit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I was kind of like, I have to question everything I know about life now.
That makes you stop and reflect.
Right. Well, we also went to this meadery in Wiley, and I didn't know how many different kinds of honey there are.
Crap.
Like avocado honey, who knew?
Yeah.
You hear of clover honey, wildflower honey, you just hear regular honey, but you never, and even the areas, kind of like grapes, the different areas where the honey is produced and like made in the bees are, affects the taste of it.
Yeah.
Is
There's a whole regionality to
crazy.
it that isn't unappreciated. I mean, and
yeah.
probably going to take some time to appreciate it till honey has its golden hour.
Oh, yeah.
Or mead has its golden
And
hour.
we could definitely spend a whole
Yes.
day on just talking about honey and meads, and I was like, holy crap, this is insane. But I'm surprised you hadn't done that yet, but we'll talk afterwards. I'll help you out.
We've thought about it.
I'm sorry.
That's why my anxiety is just rising. It's fine.
It's cool. She just
All are welcome except Will.
Yeah. If you see this man, he's not welcome.
all are welcome. There's a 30-minute time limit to speaking to the bartender.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get putting a timer.
That's funny. Oh, so you got everything going. You come back and you start doing your winemaking and stuff. You have no clue what you're doing. You're starting to throw things together. Did she actually help guide you into it a little bit?
Yes, and thankfully, another thing that I don't think you'd said yet is that she worked at Kiepersol for 2 years, interning,
Oh.
both in the industry, but also how to make wine.
Right.
And so
Great
it's
place
been
to work.
helpful having that basis. Again, I've researched as much as I could, but knowledge is not experience. Those are two
Right.
different things.
Oh, yes.
I've had
Right.
to learn those the hard way in several different aspects of my life. And so thankfully, her having the on-the-ground experience
Mhm.
played into me getting started so fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you can get the enology certification. I mean, we made wine in school, like that went well, but it's
Yeah.
different to actually go and
Right.
work. I'd say that's where I got
Okay.
most of my, actually know-how experience
Right.
was at Kiepersol. And at the time, Alex Lee was the winemaker
Mhm.
there, and
Axel, amazing.
yeah, we owe Rio Neches is owed to Marnell and Alex.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Emily,
it's sad that Alex
the
left.
tasting
Yes.
room. There is no Rio Neches without Kiepersol, because that's really where I got a lot of my
Okay.
my legwork, and so I learned a
Okay.
lot.
Well, I'm going to do a shameless plug for Grayson College. You should go check out Grayson College.
Yes.
The new instructor, Robin, there, phenomenal person. I got to know her. We've clicked really well. And what's crazy is she was a California winemaker.
I was going to say, that was when I first met her. I go into California transplants pretty walled up.
Right.
But no, she took that out. She does not come across like that at all.
Mm-mm.
You'd be shocked that she's not from here.
Yeah. And it's crazy. When I first talked to her, I said, these are the people you need to meet if you really want to understand Texas. And she went to Twigo, went to the Hill Country Wine Symposium. She's met all the most of the North Texas winemakers. She's met a lot of the big hitters down in the Hill Country. And so she's really indoctrinated into the Texas wines now, and she loves it. So you should definitely go out and do her class. In fact, actually, Rolf over at Enoch Stop just got through doing his over there with her.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, Rolf.
Rolf,
He's
we're going to
so
see you soon.
We're gonna see
He
you
might
later
not
today.
say this, and John over there at Enox would definitely not say this. He's smarter than he lets.
Oh,
like
he
he's
is.
got more in the tank than probably what he gets to show.
Oh yeah, he does. He's a phenomenal guy, and we're actually going to be seeing him later today. So
perfect. Okay.
yeah, so but you should definitely, just to go and get that extensive more knowledge, because I mean, knowledge. I'm not making eye contact with her. You can get as much information as you can from her, but sometimes it's best to do it yourself.
Well, sometimes you just have to learn by trial and error. So, like, the best example I say for the knowledge versus experience is the rosé that we have now that people have seemed to be in love with. I remember the first year I made it, I researched everything I could, and I made it. It was a clean wine, but you can only read about what's the skin contact time for a rosé. And so I'm using Petite Syrah, which is a really dark grape. I was like, I bet this will work. I made it all. I brought it to her, and she's like, cool, you made a red wine. I was like, No.
How long did you leave skin contact on?
Only 7 hours, 6 hours.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it wasn't that, but that's the thing. It's those little nuanced things I could have read for another week.
Yeah.
And in
Right.
Google, you don't know that
Until you do it. Yeah.
or if you've been in it. And so
Right.
that's the thing is experience has its own lane.
Yeah, that's the one thing I have not got to do yet is rosé because I have no way to keep it in cold.
No, it's
Well, I was gonna say the other thing was 7 hours room temperature.
yes.
Oh.
And so nowadays we do, I think it's
Oh,
Yeah, very.
5 hours in the barrel room, which is very different.
yeah.
But no, literally, she's like, "Oh wow, that is a very gorgeous Pinot Noir you have brought me." No,
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
thank you. But no,
So how did it taste though?
it was fine. It was clean. It was fine. It came out a little lower in ABV, and honestly, I think I should have done a little more fining to pop out the fruit notes. But really, I mean, it was just a classic. I mean, that was actually my first time making wine. Was doing that rosé, so it's just
Wow,
And it kind of told
Fast
me we were
burning.
gonna sell it.
you
so it was
skipped
like,
from white. You skipped red. You went right to rosé. Wow.
yes.
You know.
No, and makes a mean sangria. I can tell you that. That's what I do.
It does do that.
But,
We tried it.
There you go.
It makes
See,
a mean
it's not a complete
sangria. And then
waste.
what's the thing we tried to? The glue wine? Is that what it's called?
Oh, the glow line.
No.
I've heard of it. I have not had it.
It's just a mulled spice wine.
Oh,
It's like a holiday wine.
Hot
We
spice
do
wine.
that with it
hot
sometimes.
spice. Yeah, hot spice wine.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it plays well because it's lower alcohol and it's fruity because it's a rosé, but it's got that color.
Right.
So it just plays well with things like
You know, I have a big problem with hot spice wine.
Oh.
Being as a winemaker, you don't ever want to heat your wine up. And I have a big problem with that. And I can't stand the smell of it. Absolutely. When I worked at the tasting room, we would do it during the wintertime. And I refused to make it. When we were run out, I'll let somebody else make it. I'm not doing it. I hate the smell of it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean that's so cool. We were gonna sell it in the winter, and then it got so cold we had to shut down that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
There's
was
some,
so icy out here. We're like, all right, nobody,
No.
please don't drive. Please don't drive in this.
yeah. So with all the doing this now and you're starting to get your experience,
Mhm.
we already know you're dabbling in other things already. I don't know if you want to talk about that or can you talk about it?
Yeah. I mean, it really, it's dabbling. That's the only thing is, so I'm trying to make some liquor on the side, trying to diversify and also play into, I don't know what you want to call it, the energy, the vibe we try to put out here. Cause obviously everyone in the wine industry knows about the push towards cocktails.
Uh-huh.
People of our generation, wine's not as prominent. And look, we're wine lovers. We're never going to get away from that. But we have the ability to make liquor here and to tailor to that kind of
Right.
palate, but also to that energy of it's more loungy, it's more communal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Come in, come all. And so we try to play to that just a little bit. And then the other reason I've been getting into the distilling, and I don't know if Sydney will like me saying this, is it's basically the recycling plan of the vineyard.
Right.
You know, if you have too many grapes, if you have a wine that doesn't pan out the way you want it to, it's always there as we can modify it, change
Right.
it. We can bring it to something else that brings in a value versus it doesn't have to be just a straight wine.
Right.
So that's about all I'll say for it. I'll leave it there. But it's something we're excited to have just as another avenue.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'll get you on this. I'll say your gin that you're doing. I'm not a gin person. That's why I'm searching for that. That was some of the smoothest gin.
Oh, well,
I
thank
mean,
you.
I've tried gin before, and I said that it is very smooth.
Well, thank you. I'm very proud of that gin because it took me forever to get the recipe right. And also I have a personal touch to it because I like gin. And so I call it Days in Gin because the idea behind it is it's Friday. You had a horrible week. You just want to get in a snuggie and watch Netflix till midnight. That is what it's for. It's supposed to be relaxing and it's supposed to be able to, I wouldn't recommend drinking it straight unless you're a weirdo like me, but it's made to be more palatable than just a Tanqueray straight into your mouth.
Right.
So I have an interesting question here.
Please.
This is going to be a fun question here.
Is this going to get me in trouble? Because
I mean, it depends on how you answer. Well, it depends on how it goes. So if someone off the street just comes in, found you by accident, or sit on your patio, and let's say it's just a beautiful day. It's 75 degrees, okay? What would you pour them first?
So I always have to ask what they like because I'm a big believer in that.
I like this guy.
You can immediately have you can immediately be turned on or off to a winery just by getting the wrong selection and presenting it the wrong way. You know, I learned a lot of this through that Texas Hill Academy class on the range of wines that are available in Texas. Is that, you know, if someone says, I like cabs, I'm like, well, where do you like the cabs from? And they're like, Napa. Well, I may not give you my West Texas cab.
I'm giving this man hard.
Yeah, like,
And pre-convention.
so
I know.
I won't blabber on, but all that to say, you got to get to know your audience and customer first. But our usual go-to is the rosé because we built it to be incredibly, mid-palate is the wrong word, but it's got the weight for a red wine drinker. It's got the freshness for a white drinker. I mean, it's hard to hate that rosé.
Yes.
So if, you know, gun to my head, you got to get them something. That's usually what I go to. And the other thing we've learned, which has been interesting, we're still trying to figure out why it is. We get the most compliments on that rosé from people that say, I don't drink wine, I only drink bourbon, or I don't.
Or they don't drink rosé.
Yeah. Or they don't drink it. Like, it's always the people that are not wine people that are like, I love this rosé and I don't drink this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rosé has been very, like, I was going to say, simple answer to your question, the rosé, because that's been a very universally popular drink. No matter what you drink, red, white, rosé, bourbon.
Cocktails,
Yeah, like you drink wine, you give people out, they're like, no, I need a second glass.
Wow.
And also, it's off dry and it seems to play well for both sweet wine and dry wine.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's kind of what he'd like to do at Landon is just, okay, what do you like? Oh, anything except for Tempranillo. And he'll, okay, I got something for you. He'll pour it. He'll give it to him. What do you think? Oh, I love this. Cool, it's a Tempranillo.
Yeah.
You know, just changing their expectation on the different varietals. Just kind of just their expectations on wine in general.
Right.
To open up their mind, especially to the Texas wine that we have and is so vast.
And that's kind of been a fun thing also with the rosé is people are like, oh, I don't drink rosé. I'm like, I don't either. Honestly, it's not my favorite. I'm not really a big rosé person. I'm like, oh, just try it.
Yeah.
But just try it. And they're like, okay, I can drink this one. I'm like, see, it just out our horizons a little bit.
One of my favorite things when I was working at Landon is they're in Grapevine. It was like I wouldn't say a cesspool, but it was a melting pot.
Let's not say that.
I don't know why I said cesspool. I'm sorry, folks. It's a melting pot. Okay. I mean,
Lord help us.
So it's a melting pot of people coming in because it's right there by DFW Airport. I got to see people from California. In fact, I made a friend with the guy from Ireland, which it was a great visit with him. He was in town for 5 days and he said he was looking for a winery and he came in Landon all 5 days. He said he refused to go anywhere else. He said that Texas wine was much better than the French crop. That was a nicer word that I put it. So, but when people would come in, you know, they would say, well, I'm here for some Texas wines. And I'm like, okay, what do you like to drink? And they would tell me Cab, Pinot Noir, and then there was one other one. I'm drawing a blank. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I said, well, today you're not drinking those. And they look at me like, how dare you tell me I'm not drinking these?
Is the customer not right?
Yeah. But I explained to them, this is what you drink. This is your teddy bear.
Yes.
Get away from the teddy bear. Grow into something different. And usually what I would pour them was like maybe our Tannat. Our Tannat was 10 years old, so I had softened up so much. And I found that a lot of people who like cabs like that Tannat.
Yes.
So I would have poured that to them. And they're like, oh my God, what is this? And I said, this is a Tannat. And they're like, I've never heard this before. I wanted to say it's because you didn't drink anything else out of cabs. But
there's so much exploring to do, and you've got to be open to it.
Yeah. And I would tell people also, when you go into a new state and you're drinking wine and you try something local, try something that's not a cab, try something that's not a Pinot Noir, try something that's not a Chardonnay, try something that's more local to that state. Tannat, Tempranillos, Cab Francs. Oh my gosh, Cab Francs is just like, it's a whole different world when you talk about that. And then, or even some of this new stuff that I've found out is Prito Picudo that Sandy Rhodes is doing, a Marcelon, stuff like that. Try something new and experience because your palate is going to love you.
I'm really going to get on a tangent here. I'd be curious if Marcelon grows because, you know, they just added it to the allowed grapes for Bordeaux. And I don't know why that would affect us in Texas, but I wonder if it means there'll be more plantings or more recognition.
So if you want to go to Marcelon, and if you're ever in the Hill Country again, go to Sandy Rhodes.
Okay.
He has a Marcelon.
Gotcha. I actually have never had them. I know quite a bit about it because I thought about it for our vineyard, but I've never technically had one. And I just know they added it to the Bordeaux allowed varietals. I'm like, I wonder if that's going to blow up around here.
Yeah, I would definitely, if you get a chance, order a bottle of it, have it shipped up here. That and the Prito Picudo.
Okay.
And try to see if you can grow that up here too.
Yes.
And you will be amazed of how wonderful that wine is. So, yeah. So, and I have a question here for Becca to ask. Here you go.
Oh, okay. What's next for y'all? Obviously,
I see
Well,
why
I
you
probably
asked
take
that
a shower, I guess. And sorry.
not today, but I know that you said that you wanted to expand within the next 2 years. And to Will's point, at this rate, I think you will expand sooner than that. But what else? What varietals? What?
I mean, again, here's the realistic half of this party coming in here.
Let's ground ourselves before I start speaking.
Let me put us at a baseline here. We just got started, so we only have very limited. We just have the three, like the white, rosé, and the red. So my next step is to we have a plan for a full portfolio. We'll start making the full portfolio. Yes. So hopefully this year we will have more wines made, like a cab. We finally have a cab. Thank God. So get that going, get that perfected, get our portfolio going, get it good. Because I feel like the reputation we have now has been good. So we want to maintain that. So realistic me is just keep building towards.
What varietal is your red right now?
What varietals do we have?
The Sangiovese.
Yes.
That was the red we had this year and it's crazy. We weren't even supposed to have it. So we got lucky opening this early. Is that we have the Blanc de Bois that Kiepersol helped us out with. Mm-hmm. The dry rosé is from all of the old vines that remain in the vineyard, but we replanted at least 95% of the vineyard about 2 years ago. So the rosé is just from anything that did not get torn up and replanted. Yeah. The Sangio is 2-year-old Sangiovese vines. I mean, there's a clayish loam down there, and they have just gone crazy. I told Sydney, don't plan on making a red wine because I didn't expect to have grapes. I thought if we had any grapes, they'd suck the vines of too many nutrients because they're so young.
Right. Yeah.
So we just got lucky having that. I mean,
they had grapes, so we harvested. I was like, okay, I'll just make a red wine. See how it goes.
And it came out.
Run, and it came out. It was a roller coaster.
No.
There was literally one point I was like, makes me.
Oh, she almost told me to make it into liquor because she was just like, this is not.
I was like, gosh. I was like, I can't save it, but.
I mean, and to be the dreamer, I hope that means it's only going to get better with time. Because our biggest thing that we'd say is, I'll call it punchy. It's just a little bitter because the grapes are so young. They don't have that maturity.
Yep.
That is true, though.
There are amount of green creeks in the wine because they just weren't mature.
So I'm hoping just as the vines get older, the wine will only I'll go with softer and a little more fruity, less harsh.
Right.
I don't want to say herbaceous because it's really not herbaceous. It's more just it leans towards a harsher, punchy palate.
Right.
Which I love it because I love things like Tannat and anything that makes my mouth pucker, like I said.
People that know wine, they drink the Sandy, like, man, it's good. It just needs a little aging. I'm like, that's because she really wasn't ready. But she's here.
It's probably still got bottle shock, but I've always suspected in 2 to 3 years that wine's going to hit its peak. It's gonna finally round out, but still be approachable and still have the edge. Mm-hmm. Like I think that one's got some time.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hold on. Let's go back. I want to hear Dreamer too, but she wants.
Do you?
My counterpart here.
No one's ever said that to me out loud. I'm sorry. I'm floored.
We're going to go back to the baseline. So we want to have more varietals.
So we have 12.
Yes. Wait, in my opinion, we almost have too many.
We have a lot of
we have 11.
He said too many?
Well,
what?
Because
he says that he's like, we plant this. I'm like, how about
so that's the problem.
We have it on record though, so you're good.
Thank you.
So I have this conflicting dichotomy that I want all the varietals, but if you want to do single varietals and not field blend, then you have to have individual tanks. And so where we're at with the number of varietals we have, we're at our tank limit, not volume limit. Like I could have more of all of those grapes, but if I add a Marcelon, I got to have a new tank. That way I don't have to just mix it with my cab or something.
Right.
So I'm in this dichotomy of, if we grow, what could I plant that we can do field blends with, or do I just need to build on what we have?
Yeah,
We don't have room.
So like one of the things I've thought about that this may or may not happen, I'm doing my dreamer talk, is
This is all
Trebbiano.
recorded.
On the record.
None of this is for the record. This is all off record, off books. Is if we could expand, I'd think about planting Trebbiano because it does so well here. I think it would suit our site well, but most importantly, I think it plays well with Sauvignon Blanc. They both have that
acidity.
that crisper
True,
kind of
yes.
tone. And so I think that's one that, even though we don't have that right now, I could just field blend it with our Sauvignon Blanc and we
Right.
sell it as a white blend. Instead of right now, we're trying to do a Sauvignon Blanc single varietal.
Yeah.
So I would love all the varieties. I love just having an encyclopedia of grapes,
Yeah.
but comes with logistical hurdles.
Yeah. So how big is y'all's vineyard block then?
So we've got about 11, 12 acres high fence, but there's only about 8 under trellis and 7.5 under vine.
And y'all harvest by yourselves?
I have some guys that help me and work out here, but I mean, we're mostly just
It's mostly just us.
I mean, again, the vineyard is what I love to do. That's what I spend most of my time doing, is going out there, talking to them a little bit, just checking on my babies.
Skirt. How you doing, darling?
Yeah.
Skirt.
That's right, don't witness.
I'd love it. I'd love any feedback. No.
But we've had a lot of people that are like, oh, when you're ready to harvest, like, let me know. I want to come down. I'm like,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the
It's
thing
at
I
5
worry,
and it's really hot.
No.
So, well, we might have some.
people have said that, and I
worry.
worry because I get a little drill sergeant around. I mean, I was like, that's fine, but you're gonna have to sleep in my house because I get up at 4:30, and I want most of the grapes in before the sun hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that
Yeah.
when you harvest, you got to do it at the coolest time of the day,
Yeah.
and that's early
That's why I
morning.
try to tell people, like, you can. You're coming at 5. We're
I
starting.
mean,
at
I've
5.
even had fights with them because I was like, why don't we do the night harvest like they do in California? And we're so small, we could pull it off better. But
Honestly, I think the best time to harvest is like at 1 o'clock in the morning till 5 a.m. That's the best time to harvest.
yeah,
And she looked at me like I was crazy.
no,
I'm not a morning
It's not
person.
morning. It's not morning.
It is though.
It's midnight.
it's not morning if you
It's
never go
8
to sleep.
Exactly.
It's 8 a.m. Exactly. It is 8 a.m.
No, it is AM. It's morning.
Oh my
5
god.
is already a lot for me. So.
Same, sis.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is the optimal time because it allows you to get the grapes harvest.
Yeah.
It's still kind of warm outside, but it's not die.
Well, and as you guys said, in Texas, it's probably more important than anywhere, especially here in East Texas. You know, you just got to keep that acidity. You can't let it go flappy
Yeah.
if you pick it 3 o'clock. I mean, it's just going to
Yeah.
be too much for the grapes.
I love working in the vineyard. I absolutely love it. But the problem I have is the heat. I've worked at RK, and I would get there at 5 in the morning, and I will work pruning vines until 11 o'clock.
But yeah,
And I had a 5-gallon jug of ice, and then I'll fill it full of water. And by the end of the day, it's just water left in there.
yeah.
And it's just, it's brutal. And people, when they don't actually work in the vineyard, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll come help. And then they actually get out here and they're like, oh,
That's what
Man.
this is.
yeah. And some of them enjoy it. And actually, I've seen people actually have this little seat that has wheels on it. So they can just sit there and have a little bucket on the front here, and they just rolling down the thing and going there. And I'm like, that's so nice. You know, now you just need to put a little motor on it, put some little headphones onto it, and put a little AC on it. And you got your nice little picker. Oh, wait a minute. That's a mechanical picker.
Semi-automatic.
Oh, my goodness. So y'all don't purchase any grapes from nobody at all.
No,
We're trying not to.
Yeah. It's a big deal for us to be a true estate winery. We have not been able to do that yet, like the Blanc de Bois being held from Kiepersol. And this year, we're actually going to purchase some grapes just because the St. Patty's Day freeze wiped out a lot of what we were hoping to have. Like, one of the biggest fears I have is the Sanggio has been our hot seller for the red wine.
Mm-hmm.
I may have less than I had last year because the freeze knocked out most of the fruit. So we are trying not to buy grapes. I have nothing against buying grapes. It's just we would love to stay through and through to the estate winery as much as we can.
And, you know, and that's the hardest part about having a winery / vineyard in Texas is you don't know what Mother Nature's going to do to you. And you have to roll with the punches. And you may, one year you may be 100% estate. The next year you may be 80%.
Yes.
And there's still nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, like for example, Edge of the Lake. If y'all have not been there, Chris McIntosh, absolutely phenomenal. I think he's a 75% estate, but he still gets stuff from the high plains. Yes. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. And I feel like that's more of a me issue. I'm a little stubborn when it comes to the estate concepts. I'm like, no, I want my grapes.
But
and I'm trying
in part of the thing,
open my mind a little bit. Like, hey, we can blend a few with some other people. It's fine. Yeah.
But one of the things that hurts us the most is I actually think this problem will diminish over time once we build a backlog's the wrong word, but in inventory, most wineries, like especially in Europe, they have those years to years. They'll even blend to build the consistency. Right. It's just we have nothing in the tanks. We have nothing to rely on, so everything's got to go out the door as soon as we make it. I'm hoping, again, being optimistic, like in those 2 years or whatever, we have enough that, let's say there is a terrible year, there's only 10% of the grapes. Well, that's fine. I still got my 2026 that can carry me a long way. Maybe not all the way, but most of the way.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll say for buying grapes, though, is that there's no other way to experience the full spectrum of Texas wine without doing that.
Yes.
I mean, again, we started this because of our love of being home in Tyler and East Texas pride. And that's why we try so hard for the state vineyard. But I'm going to tell you, there's, like, I think you had said it earlier in the podcast, a hill country cab, a high plains cab, and a West Texas cab are 3 different wines. Like, there's no like, oh, they're the same grape. No, they're 3 different wines. I promise you couldn't pick them out together and say they're the same variety.
Yes.
And one of the things I do love for people that buy grapes, you get to show that full spectrum if you want to play into it when you do that.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a really fun part. I'll do my little spiel for Texas wine that I really don't know of many places that have that kind of breadth, especially not American states wise.
Right.
So like, it's a fun place to play as a wine learner, connoisseur, whatever words you want to use. If you feel like exploring wine, Texas has got a wide open range to do it.
Well, that leads me to a question that I'm kind of bypassed it, but actually now I want to ask it. Okay. East Texas has its own unique characteristic, just like any other part of Texas.
Yes.
As a winemaker, what makes you feel like the East Texas grapes sticks out more than the high plains or the hill country, even down in South Texas or way West Texas out in the Bell Valley?
I mean, the first thing that just like taste profile, the first thing that comes to my mind, like I tell people like when they drink in East Texas Cab, it's got that more fruity, jammy taste to me. And so I think that is a good thing personally, especially people that don't, like people that are just learning to like wine. I think it's a good wine for them to try. It's not that like harsh, bitter, dry cab that you might get from Napa or like West Texas, which is great. I mean, I love those. But I think we can kind of lean into that fruitier. They tend to be a little more fruitier in my opinion. And I think that is a good thing for appealing people get into to try new red wine.
For sure.
So I would try, and that's kind of what I tried to lean into with the Sangio.
Yes.
The Sangio, I'm trying to make it a very universal, crowd pleasing wine. Like, I don't, especially people come in and they're like, I don't drink red. I'm like, okay, try this because I think you're gonna like it. And so I think that's something we can lead into. It's that aspect of it. That's the first thing that comes to my mind.
I 1,000% agree. I'm gonna go to the nerdy side of it. But I 1,000% agree, because the 2 things I think of the most about East Texas is we have a lot of alluvial soils, which means they're just a tons of river runoff, which makes them crazy fertile. And then for us in a lot of East Texas, it's that clay loam mix, which provides that fruitiness in that structure. Now, that enhanced fertility comes with pros and cons, but it's one of the things that I think plays well into the East Texas winemaking taste profile. I don't know the correct word to use. But is that the fertility gives us opportunities and challenges on how we can make our wine, and I guess how I'm talking, grow our grapes too.
Yes. Yes. I love hearing that, because, each region of Texas has its own profile, and you have to find their niche in that profile, and so even here let's just take Hill Country. Hill Country has 4 different AVAs. And it's crazy because they got another one coming online.
I was say it's gonna be like at least 10 in 2 years. So Hickory Sands is coming up.
Yep. Hickory Sands is coming up, and then I knew there's 2 more that's already out there documented. Yeah. Have you thought about actually trying to get an AVA created out here?
I thought about it.
Yes.
Have you seen the paperwork though to do to that?
Oh, well.
I'm sure she has.
I mean, you wrote a 350 page.
Well, I mean, also
paper.
in at A&M,
Yeah.
I don't remember what AVA it was, but one of my professors, he was trying to get another AVA started. And he was asking us, as the students in the program, he was like, "Who wants to help volunteer for this?" I was like, "I don't have time." I don't have time, but I know the students that were working on it. It was a lot. And I don't even know if I'm assuming they got it done. I don't even know.
No,
if
I
they
think
got it done,
so. You're
but-
talking about Dr. Shiner, right?
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure he spearheaded the
Dr.
thing from
Shiner. I know who he
We
is.
love Dr. Shiner.
Justin Shiner?
Yes.
He was an instructor at Grayson.
Of course he was.
And most of the North Texas winemakers all went to school with him.
Yeah, he's legendary.
Yes, he is.
That's the best word I have for it. He's legendary.
Yes.
But he was trying to get one. I don't even remember which one it was because I just was like, okay, I don't have time. But
You should have done it.
I know.
Well, so
it probably should have. I know it's a lot
Uh-huh.
of work, so
I'm
that's
about
why
to
I'm
get
like,
on
I
it.
need someone else to do it. Not me, but I need someone else to do it.
well, you need to set your timer for this. So this is something.
Wow.
God,
Oh, man, look at that time, folks. Holy cow.
Here we go. Timer's on.
We
All
just
right.
all
Here we go.
witnessed somebody's death on this podcast.
So they're going to leave real quick. I'm just going to monologue for about 30 minutes. But this is something that Piney Woods Wine Trail talks about extensively, and there are so many varied views. And the short answer I'll give is that there's such a breadth in East Texas. It's going to take some coordination and unifying till I think we can get an AVA.
Right.
I mean, all the way from winemaking styles to the soil, because it's so much historic farmland, but the soil's changed drastically. I mean, like I said, we used to live 2 miles down the road, and that is all sandy loam, sandy sill, like compared to we're just a mile away.
Yeah.
Wildly different because that used to be historic cotton blade. And so like it's all been changed differently. So all that to say in my short version that there's going to have to be some years to come of what is the tying unit for everyone in East Texas, because it's large. I mean, even in the hill country, they're still figuring out that's a little different. About the only place I can think of that is very through and through consistent is the high.
Oh, yeah.
But like otherwise, Texas is just so varied. I mean, I think it leads to two things. One, it's hard to get AVAs when you go too big. But two, there's going to be a ton to come.
Oh, yeah.
Because of all the differences, like we're just getting started out, but there's no way the hill country does, like I was saying, doesn't have at least 4 more in a couple of years, just because everything is so different. You can walk 3 miles.
And everything's different.
It just not even the same place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll shoot Dr. Shiner and Michael Cook an email and be like, hey, just if you're bored.
He talks about Michael Cook.
If you need something,
working on it.
I love you name dropping Michael Cook also.
Oh, I love
I mean, he's our, north. So I was like,
Poor Michael was on that call with me about WASP the other day.
Oh, my. I bet he geeked out to that, didn't he?
He did, but he was driving back, and I was like, I need you here because I'll go. And
God love Ron Martin. Also, God love Michael Cook.
Yes. Yes.
I will be remiss if I don't say one more thing though about the AVA part. I'm hoping the Walker varietals could be, I don't want to say an answer because I truly don't think that's the word, but a part of getting that tying together.
Yes.
Because a great varietal has been somewhat of the issue with East Texas, and there's back and forth on Blanc de Bois despite how prevalent it is. Yeah. So all of to say, I think there's a lot of great breeding work being done. Like I even know Texas A&M has some Vitis vinifera muscadine crossings they're trying to work on, but also these new Walker varietals. I personally think we've got some time till the AVA in East Texas happens more, and I think that will play a decent part of it.
Well, I'll say this one last thing, and we'll start kind of tying down. So Blanc de Bois grows really well here in East Texas. Phenomenal. I know a winery over in West Texas, over by Stephenville. She grows it, and it's just not the same. Yeah. Absolutely not the same. She's done a filtered one and a non-filtered one, and the non-filtered one actually tastes just like an apricot. Huh. But the unfiltered one, it's just she doesn't like it. She says it doesn't have the taste that she fell in love with Blanc de Bois. It's there's no acidity to it. There's no that sometimes that melody, salty taste to it. There's none of that into it because in that soil in East Texas, West Texas, it's just completely different. Yeah. So, well, it's been awesome having y'all on the show here.
We really enjoy talking to you.
It's siblings.
Some may enjoy the talking more than
we just let them do their thing.
So, where can people find y'all online at?
So we have a website, rioneches.com, and then we have Instagram, Facebook, we have a TikTok now.
Oh, watch out.
Which I know, that was not me. I
Working on the dancing skills.
I was just going to say, we're going to see him out there with the vine spraying that. Yeah, Starlet, that's okay. You can turn red. You can turn
Any
red.
feedback you have, I'd love to hear.
I will leave that to our social media manager, whether that is a good tactic or not. But yes, you can find
Well, you can start playing the music too, and then that's where you start dancing.
You know what? You can play a little love song. You get out there with a grapevine and just kind of like, caress it. And
It's okay, she didn't mean it. I know you're doing good.
out there sweating, cutting grapes, yelling at them, come and find me.
oh, that's funny.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can find us all on social media. Rio Neches Estate Winery.
And where can they find y'all physically also?
Yeah. So we're out here in East Texas. We're in West Tyler, north of the Tyler Pounds Airport. Our address is on the website. I mean, basically, we're a hop and a skip from the Van Zandt Smith County line. But yeah, and we've just got our brand new tasting room renovated, I guess is the word we'll use. We didn't start it from scratch, so we renovated it.
Okay.
And so we're so excited for people to come out and see what we've done with the place and feel the energy.
Beautifully
It's absolutely
decorated.
gorgeous out here.
Thank you.
That was
all
kind of
Sydney.
part of the appeals. We want somewhere people can come hang out. Like
Yes.
I wanted people to walk in and be like, "Oh, I'm not in East Texas."
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yes, I
Like
wanted
the
that
biggest
little bit of an
compliment.
escape.
Yeah.
It's not that East Texas. We love East
Yeah.
Texas, but
No,
you know,
yes.
well,
But a different vibe from the other wineries here. And I
Yes.
know Sydney's favorite thing to hear, because it's her biggest compliment, is when people come out and walk in and they're like, I would have never thought this is out here
Yes.
in the pastures.
And that's one of the things I love about coming to East Texas. So, you go to the hill country, you're like literally door to door to door within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
North Texas, you're still driving about 45 minutes. Here in East Texas, it's a minimum of an hour drive to the next winery.
Yeah.
And so it gives you an opportunity for people to come and stay.
Yes.
And you want them to be invited to sit out here and like love what they're seeing and feel the vibe and that kind of stuff. You want them to be here.
Right. We want it to be an experience, which is also why, we try when we can, try to do live music, a food truck like we're doing today, really make it a thing. Because we know it's a drive out here also. So we want people
Make
to
it
come.
worthwhile.
Exactly. Come, hang out, enjoy the view, all of that. So that is definitely part of the appeal. You have to have good wine also, but that's also part of
Well,
check. Done.
And then you got two great people.
Oh, thank you.
Where you from?
I will take it. I'll take that. I'll take it.
Is there someone behind me?
All I y'all tasting these wineries in here is outstanding, but you're outside.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is, and then to watch families come out with the children and the games and stuff. That is so. That's what wine is. It's family.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we really wanted to make it a community and not come and not be too stuffy, not like you have to know wine.
Right.
People always ask, like, is there a dress code? I'm like, I do not care.
Well, come decently dressed. Don't be hanging out.
Yeah, I'm like, come present like, not inappropriate or anything, but I mean, just because it's a little bit nicer in here, we wanted to make it nice.
Right.
Jeans and a t-shirt, shorts and a
exactly.
shirt.
But again,
like,
it's so
just hanging
community
out.
based. Like my favorite thing to see is when we go out there and there's tables of two people that didn't come together and they're just talking and drinking wine together. Like, you can't pay for that kind of organic camaraderie.
I had a
it's just
friend out
so
here
hard
one
to
time.
do.
She was sitting by the fire pits and she was talking to these people. I was like, how
Yeah,
did you know
yeah.
that? I was like, oh no, I just met them. And I was like, okay.
That is the one thing I love about wine. It is the only alcoholic beverage that brings people together, because you got alcohol, spirits like that. If you go to a bar, the music's really loud and you're yelling at people, and next thing you know, you got a fight. And then you got beer. Well, beer is great. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But it doesn't bring people together.
No.
Wine brings people together.
And there's that sharedness of you're all, analyze is the wrong word to use, but you're all experiencing it together.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you can do that with beer. It's just a little different.
Yeah.
But like wine is one of the only ones. It's almost like a social experiment, a group experiment.
Yeah, 100%. Well, thank y'all for coming on the show. We're going to step away for just a quick moment, take a little break. We're going to come back and we're going to do like a little 15-minute segment on some wine education.
Oh, about the wasp. Perfect. Oh, hey, I'll go get my materials. Oh, you should have said less.
All right. You might want to get to break.
But we'll come back in just a few minutes. We'll do a little 15-minute segment and then we'll close this out.
That sounds good.
All right. Cheers.
Hi, this is Eric Beyer of Old Vine, Texas, your premier Texas wine tasting room in DFW, featuring 100% Texas wineries from all over the state. We are located at 403 East Broad Street in Mansfield, Texas, inside of the Ancora Event Center. We have weekly tastings, charcuterie, pizza, plenty of wines by the glass, and live music. Our wine club brings you an extended taste of Texas and other great perks. You can visit our website at oldvinetexas.com to sign up for our newsletter, check our open hours, and see special events and classes and more. Or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Old Vine Texas. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, everybody, to We Know Texas Vino. We're out here with Sydney and Mason at Rio Neches Estate Winery, having a great time. And they poured us a rosé. So can you tell us a little bit about the rosé right quick?
Yeah. So this is a rosé made from estate Petite Sirah grapes. So this has actually been a vineyard and a winery out here since 2006.
Okay.
And so the Petite Sirah is made from some of the only surviving grapes that didn't either get a fungal disease, a trunk disease, or Pierce disease. Mm-hmm. So it's primarily Petite Sirah with just a splash of Syrah and actually, I think a little bit of Sangio in there. But like, I mean, one cluster, one handful of Sangio.
Oh, yeah. You're just like it.
Just like close to nothing. But yeah, and so this is our second year doing it, and the Petite Sirah is such a dark grape. It took quite a while to get the color right, but it seemed to have panned out really well and still adds a lot of great fruit notes if you just get the extraction correct.
Right. Well, I know when you poured this, I know my mom says she got a little bit of cotton candy on it. What'd you say you got on it?
A lot of strawberries.
A lot of strawberries. I said a lot of dark or black cherry out of it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy when you start talking about wines and how each person's palate is different.
Yes.
And tastes different things. So amazing job on this. I love this. Mm-hmm. I know somebody else loved it quite a bit too. So
my mom's not a wine drinker. I think she'll like this.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
And again, like we said earlier, I mean, it's really kind of our go-to broad palate spectrum. Mm-hmm. It's hard to hate this wine. Almost anyone could drink this.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, this comes to our one of my favorite things to do with this podcast is usually the time is wine education. I'll get my words out here in just a second. So one of the things I always get to hear and listen to people is talking about the temperature. What should you serve your wine at what temperature? And so, the universal, everybody says you don't chill your reds, you chill your whites and your rosés. But if you actually look at some wine refrigerators, they actually have the reds set at like 68 degrees. You have your whites and your rosés. I love how his look.
Sorry. I'm literally in my head like, okay, let's cut down from an hour to 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Oh.
But I want to back it up even further. How does the temperature affect the winemaking process?
And even the finished product, how it tastes on your palate.
I thought you said you only had 15 minutes. The sun's going to go down.
Let's do the Cliff Notes version.
Oh, Lord. Cindy, I'll let you start.
I mean, the temperature in winemaking is very important. Like, you cannot let it get too high. You cannot let it get too cold because it's not going to do anything if it's either one of those. So that is very important. We do have a temperature gun pretty much on us.
I like how she holsters that temperature gun.
Yeah, I kind of is. Like, it's in my pocket like all the time. I'm pulling it out. Yeah.
Do it.
The amount of times I'm just sitting there, like, holding it, like, reading the temperature for, like, 5 minutes. Okay, it's going to change. But it is very important for the winemaking process if you want it in that ideal range. Again, that is also controversial, what range you want to have. I'd say, like, 70.
Well, and I always say it's very much, you've got to have a goal in mind in the winemaking side. What are you going for? Are you really trying to preserve those more citrusy, tropical? Are you trying to get really fruity? Are you trying to go more with your, I don't want to call it prunes, but, earthy notes?
Dried fruit taste.
Thank you. That's the better word.
Or if you're trying to get the color off of a red grape, you want it a little bit hotter, but you can't make it too hot because then
and then in all this, you got to make sure the yeast stays alive. So it plays a big part in what yeast you even pick, and then the yeast changes the flavor.
Like
so
we're picking yeast, there's credentials for each yeast.
So for example, this rosé is a great example that I picked it because it's perfect for this rosé and what it brings out. It tries to bring out those softer fruits, like you said, the strawberry and the black cherry in a fruitier way. But I think it's got a 15-degree window. It's got to be like between 68 and maybe 80 degrees. And 80 degrees is hot. I've asked the manufacturer, they're like, stay at 70. If you could get 5 degrees from like 70 to 75, that's really where it performs. After that, it gets tough.
Okay.
Right.
And so, I mean, it's just a very multifactorial problem. And the number one thing I try to tell myself is it's all about what do you want?
Right.
If you don't have a vision for what you're trying to do, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So you've really got to.
And once you get that vision, you got to kind of keep it stable. But it's also difficult to make sure, okay, they need this to stay at 70 degrees for 2 weeks.
Which is not for granted. I mean, it's so much harder than
you're
it
checking it
sounds.
all the time, making sure the fermentation process is hot, so it's getting heated up, and then you got to put the tanks down, and a lot of given.
For better or worse, it's a living system, so it's out of control.
I would
Now,
have
as
never
far
guessed
as
any
the
of that.
temperature for your wine, your bottled wine, I personally believe drink it at whatever the heck you want to drink it at. That is my opinion. Like our rosé, I actually like it room temperature more than I like it chilled.
I think you said the same thing.
Yes. It just brings different notes. And you know what, like I was saying, I think it gets too citrusy for me when it's chilled.
Yeah.
Some people, that's what they want. It's way more refreshing when it's chilled.
That's fair.
And when it gets to those citrus notes.
Right.
Like room temperature, I think it's more fruity. I like that. So
That's fair.
I will try to keep this under an hour. So I'm 100%.
You're down to 10 minutes now.
I'm with City on you drink it at what you want, but I say the exact same thing. It's about the goal. What are you trying to do? So like, I'm trying to think of the simplest example I can think of, which would probably be, let's say you have a Tempranillo. One day you're trying to have it with a steak. Well, that's a perfect way because it's hearty, it's meaty. You want all the structure of the red there. You can serve it at room temperature. That's actually what it would be designed to be for. But let's say you go something softer. Let's say a lemon chicken. I don't know if that'd be the best pairing, but that's a good for this example.
Chicken piccata.
Yes.
Chicken piccata.
You don't want all that structure, all that boldness at room temperature. You could chill it just a little bit to like 65, and now it's the exact same wine, and it pairs infinitely better with the dish. And so, again, I'm big on wine through and through, from the drinker to the making to the grapes. It's just about what are you trying to do with it? What is the vision? And that's a big thing I think about too with white wines, because white wine food pairing can be a little tougher sometimes. I'm actually pretty bad at it. And a large part of it is temperature. If you're trying to get a white wine to go better with a bigger meal, which I think is usually the problem I have, like that same chicken piccata, you don't want it bone chilled. It's going to come off like a steel sharp blade to that meal that's still hearty enough, versus you could just do it at a normal 60, 65. It will mesh better. It won't be as fighting or conflicting.
Right.
That's my 10-minute version.
Well, and I agree with you for everything you just said right there. One of the things that I have noticed over my years, I've only been drinking wine for 6 years, okay? And I'm 48 years old, okay? So don't judge me. But one of the things that I found very fascinating is, and a lot of people say this too, is if you're going to chill a red wine, chill it. Put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour before you serve it. And then when you serve it, pull it out, pop the cork on it, aerate it, serve it.
Yeah.
And I've done that before in the past, and it definitely changes the way the wine tastes. So I've tasted it at room temperature before it went in the refrigerator, and then tried it after it's come out of the refrigerator. And it's a day and night difference in the way the wine tastes. And I feel like sometimes when you're making white wine, you're co-stabilizing your white wines and your red wines. So you're dropping all those heavy proteins and all the acid and all out of there. And I think when you chill a red wine like that, I think you're doing the exact same thing. And you're cutting out some of that sharpness that's in there.
Yes. No, you definitely are.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, honestly.
And I think to go with that, the other thing I have in my mind, that this is a trick someone taught me, actually from the Texas Hill Country, of a common problem that they see, and I've even had it too. Let's say you have a really nice bottle you're cellaring. It's not quite ready yet. It's still too big. It's still too tannic. It's still too acidic. But you still want to have it with a nice meal. Well, an easy way is just serve it slightly colder than you want. It makes it less big. You turn that bottle you've been trying to save forever into exactly what you want. I mean, there's just so much play that can happen with just the temperature.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's a scary or crazy. For me, it's scary because it means you can mess it up real easy.
And you got to play with it. And the problem with that is, this is the biggest problem you have when you're trying to figure out that perfect temperature for that bottle of wine. You can get a bottle of wine last year and you chill it and like, oh my God, this was so good chilled. And then you get a bottle this year and you do it and you're like, oh my God,
It's the same wine.
No. So that's another thing I love about wine. It's, every year it's a different character.
Every year and every person, because everyone's got that different palate. So, you may think something's perfect one way. Someone's like, why would you ever?
Well, I will have to say, I feel like sometimes wine is like the Looney Tune cartoon characters. I'll leave it at that for our listeners, so y'all can translate that however you want to. We'll go from there.
A true metaphor. It's for the audience. The eye of the beholder.
So, Mason and Sydney, I want to thank y'all for allowing us to come out here. It's been a great conversation with y'all. Didn't realize we already spent an hour just in the first part of it, which is great because that's when you know the connection was really well. Just want to say.
I was like, that's a
We're going to be best friends. So
that's why I will sit in the corner with our wine.
Yeah, I was like, what? Y'all will see the dynamic.
They can have oxygen while y'all drink wine.
Well, real quick before we get on to our wine quotes, which I have some really great quotes for today, I want to give our shout out to our sponsors for at Texas Wine Lover. Obviously, that's a great place for everybody to find everything about Texas, including y'all. Which, by the way, if y'all want to buy fruit, you can go to their website and buy fruit on there. There's a big listing on there of fruit to be purchased.
Located and saved.
Located and utilized.
But it's the best resource to find all the Texas wineries. And even for as a winery owner, the best place to find fruit for sale. So go check out Texas Wine Lover app and also on the website. And then also, we've talked about it quite a bit here. We're going to talk about the Hill Country Wine Academy. If you want to get educated in the Texas wine world or just want to get certified in either Texas Wine Ambassador or you want to do WSET or any of the other Texas wine certifications, Kelsey's a great instructor. She's so good at it. You need to go check her out at the Texas Hill Country Wine Academy.com, I believe that's what it is. And then our last but not least, Ovine, Texas. Eric and Emily has done an amazing job to curate Hill Country Texas wines into North Texas. So that way you're not spending 8 hours on the road. Oh my gosh.
Which has its own perks, I get,
you stop at the Kolaches and get that, and you stop at different sizes.
There's a Buc-ee's on the way.
Yeah, there's a Buc-ee's on the way, but sometimes some people want to just enjoy some wine. And Emily and Eric has brought in some of the best Hill Country wines into North Texas so you can spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes driving down there, drink some wine, talk with them, talk about their love of wine, have some great pizzas also, and then turn around and be home by the end of the night. So go check them out at Ovine, Texas in Mansfield, Texas. So with all that being said, it is time for the I want not to say the greatest part of the podcast, but it's a good part of the podcast is our Texas wine quotes. So we've curated 2 amazing wine quotes. I have given them to Miss Becca here, and she's going to read them off to us. So read the first one first, and then we'll commentate off of that.
Okay. Well, it's been a very hot and humid week. So our grapes survive Texas weather. You can survive Monday.
I mean, come on, people.
Mostly true. Usually true.
Yes.
I'll let you know on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, good. After a couple glasses.
Those grapes are a lot tougher than, I got sunburned way before those grapes. So I don't know.
And all right. And then for our second one.
If the vines can survive August, this wine deserves your respect.
Oh, that's definitely true.
I mean, this heat here in Texas will kill the easiest person in the world. But you know what? If they can do it, you can survive.
Yeah.
Back to my liability realistic branding. When we're harvesting August and my heat strokes, I do not want any heat strokes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the hospital
Yep.
today.
Well, and now the World Cup is going on.
Yes.
FIFA, that's going on. And a lot of the international visitors,
Probably
they
in
said
the
that they
hospital
have
right now.
been they have been warned the most about the weather.
Yes.
And whether it is just the heat and humidity that they're not used to. I was watching one video online that was this guy who had this like bulky rain jacket on and an umbrella, and he's like, I see people just running outside in shorts and a t-shirt. Like, what is wrong with them? And we're like, no, what's wrong with you? There's no need for the jacket.
Yeah. No,
There
you're
you
going to die.
Come back to me in 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to wrap this up here. Again, it's been great coming in here and chatting with y'all. So, but
Yeah, thank you guys.
you're welcome. It's great. I love y'all. We're going to be best friends. So, that being said,
Yes. Okay. I'm Sydney. Yes.
I'm Mason.
I'm Becca.
and this is Will, and this is We Know Texas Vino.
Cheers,
Cheers.
y'all.
Cheers.